Okay, we gonna start in a minute.
May I
Queen,
speak
you
divine
shuffling over there? You
liberation?
you you slept you shuffling them demonstrations?
Hmm?
Shuffle. And let us know what's going on. Hey, go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get that. Shuffle up. Shuffle
You
up.
know I am.
Yep.
I just wanted
Hmm.
to speak over it and speak that divine liberation. May all those that, receive this, whether it be now, in the present, or in the near future, may they have ears to hear, a heart to receive, and a spirit to contain the words that proceed out of our mouths. May it be a decree written on their hearts, their minds. May this divine source that works in them work through them, to them, for them, and by them. We say Asheo and allow the Spirit to speak to all of us.
I show you.
Greetings. Love
Ashe,
you guys.
ashe. Okay, so I will open up and our fourth guest will come in when she is ready. Okay, let me see real quick. Yeah, that's all good. Alrighty then. Greetings, everyone. Welcome. Ooh, what's this?
An Emperor card from
Look at that.
Grandma.
I'm telling you, your cards are
Oh,
on fire. Your cards are
okay.
on
We finna get ready to make it do what it do, baby.
fire.
Okay, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yes, no
Continue,
worries.
Mary.
Welcome, everyone. If you're new to this channel or existing subscriber, welcome to FGTV by Yamia and JQ. This is a lifestyle channel. So we cover everything from holistic wellness, fitness, travel, self-care, beauty, home, things to do, and so much more. So when you subscribe to this channel, you will get everything to do with lifestyle, okay? So we greatly appreciate your like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I also would like to mention that this live is in two formats. It's in the portrait version and the landscape. If you would like to change the format of this video, of this live, just click the link in the description box or go to our homepage and you can click the live tab and choose your preferred format, okay? So we're here at Speaking with the Sage. And in this episode, we continue the discussion from our first part where we discussed that, one second, our guest is in the stage. Okay. We will continue the discussion of our first part where it comes to, okay, let's make sure she good.
Yes, peace,
I'm here.
peace.
I'm here. Peace, greetings.
Okay, greetings, beloved. Greetings. Okay, all right. So I'm just going to continue the introduction and we'll proceed for it. So in this episode, we're going to continue the discussion from part one, where we spoke about physical deaths, ascension, and rebirths. If you haven't checked that out, be sure to click the link in the description box and you can see that. In this part, we're going to focus more on the spiritual side, okay? So we're going to talk about spiritual deaths, spiritual awakenings, energy shifts, and more. The guests of this show are HPS, Empress Yemaya Faye, High Priestess Sage, Empress Yemaya Faye, for the people that want to know more
Ashe.
details of the abbreviation, Pocahontas Ashe, V1, JF Clay, and yours truly, Eris Jacqueline Faya Majer. Okay, so let's commence. How's everybody doing? Everyone good? Everyone good?
We're
Yeah.
good. Yes.
All is
Yes.
all is
Awesome,
well.
awesome.
We got a little air in the background.
A
Oop,
little what?
The air.
Oh,
So if I can,
oh
that's me. Is
yes.
that better?
So make sure
Yes,
you
yes,
we
it's better
mute when
now.
we're
It's
not
that
better.
speaking. Yeah.
there you
Okay.
go.
Yes,
There
it's
you
better.
Thank you.
Perfect,
Ah.
perfect. All right, so I think I'm gonna start with my question, and then Polka, she's gonna come in and have her questions as well. But I'm gonna start with mine. Mine is a layered one, so I'm just gonna ask them like three of them in one, and then you guys, V1 and High Priestess, you guys can answer it. Okay, so what is a spiritual awakening? How does someone know that they've had it? And is there a wrong way to have a spiritual awakening? You know what I mean? Are all spiritual awakenings a positive experience type of thing? So whoever would like to start first, I will also put the question down below so we can refer back to them. But yes, that's my first question.
I'm going to let the apostle speak first because I was speaking in the other show. I'm going to speak later, but let the apostle take on that right there. Divine masculine.
Hey, you know what, Empress? You know I love you. Anyway, that's so multi-layered, Aries. You got to take that. Which one do you want me to answer first?
Okay, what is a spiritual awakening? Let's just do that one first. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm finishing up on a book right now called When You Get Struck. Right? What happens is the universe, and some people refer to it as the universe, they refer to it as God, they refer to it as the source. However you want to refer to it is, right? So when you get into that, you got to wake up to the point that there is something exponential that is going on the internal side of it. And here's what here's what we fail to realize about the universe. The universe is intelligent. And what it does is it doesn't get loud and outlandish. It doesn't create a kerfuffle. The universe uses a little tap. A little tap. It taps you. Because the universe want to see how sensitive you are. When you are sensitive to what the universe is doing, then the universe will invite you into a session where you will have the ability to wake up. See, that's the thing about the universe. And we haven't figured that out yet. We are loud, preaching. Universe ain't doing it. Universe is just nudging. It's just like, and if you respond to it, what the universe will do is then initiate you. All of this is about initiation. Initiation is that which prompts you to come into a place where you can be validated. Right? And most of what people are talking about is, well, you don't need to be validated by anyone. You're, hold on. If there's no one that validates you, then why are you out here? Because you can't force feed someone. You're going to need validation. And that validation comes from those that adhere to what it is that we're divulging and articulating. Right? Because one of the things that drew me to Empress was her ability to articulate. You can say anything that you want to say and whatever, but it's how you articulate.
Most definitely.
So she has the ability to articulate, which drew me to her. And I'm not sure what drew me to her, and I'm pretty sure she'll probably say something about that. But that's what drew me to her, articulation. And until we learn how to articulate, then we're not going to get the information that we need to cause us to grow.
I want to add on to the one's comment regarding awakening. For my own life journey, it has been awakening to self. The validation point that he made mention to, it was a adhering of going through a journey of looking for external validation and realizing I had to have internal validation, allowing myself to move through a process, whether it was good or bad, to learn thyself, to catch up with thyself. Because within this awakening, and oftentimes most people would like to think that awakening happens and it's such a good thing. You know, people are under that false precept or idea that awakening comes and you're just like, you know, the music is playing and the birds and the bees. No, not all awakenings are of that particular nature. There are the awakenings that are tried, pressed down. You feel crushed. That spirit of yours feels quenched. You feel like you can't move on. In that particular application, you realize that you have to press through, which allows you to awaken to your own divine self, which helps you externally look outside of yourself and draw that very thing that mirrors you onto you. And that is a process of walking through, which the longer we hold on to ourselves, meaning hindering ourselves, not allowing ourselves to go through the process and trust the process, then we won't see that awakening come through. We won't. We'll observe it from somebody else, or you'll try to live vicariously through somebody else's awakening. And I know all of us can speak about that, which it opens the portal way, because we're talking about shift, and I know I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, but it opens that portal way that allows certain people's energy, we can call it that spirit, to enter into your awakened state and plant a seed there. And that particular seed can grow. And oftentimes, so we'll hear a person's thriving and somebody around them doesn't like what they're doing or how they're acting or, you know, the way that they're moving. So they will take the advantage of that particular state of someone's awakening and try to jump on and ride it too. They'll try to ride that wave of somebody else's awakening. And in that process, if the person is not keen, they'll take and embody somebody else's trauma, somebody else's energy. So it's almost like those parallels start to shift. We're going to get there, but I thought it was definitely something we need to set up, because awakening is serious. It can be beautiful, but awakening can also come in correction.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. I agree. I share.
Okay. I love that explanation. And with that, wait 1 second. Let me just do this. With that, so awakening, how someone know they've had it, you covered that. I also wanted to tap into, you mentioned, Empress, someone can tap in and kind of influence someone's awakening and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just thought of it. It's slightly off what you said, but it's just something that dropped on me. The reason why I asked the question of, can someone have the awakening in like a wrong way or something like this? Because I've heard some people, especially in Europe, I just must say, they have had this Kundalini rising, all this type of stuff. And they basically entered a workshop of a person that activated a certain side of them, the Kundalini or a spiritual awakening. and they did the workshop and drop off type of thing. And some of the participants, I heard stories that they went into like an anxiety mode. They were like there's just so much type of thing. And I remember when we would discuss that, you and myself would be like, because you can't just drop somebody off after having a spiritual awakening, especially if you're the guide. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, okay, cool, you're open now, but you're open to everything, as you always say. So I wanted to kind of ask like a question: if someone had like a spiritual awakening and in a way they didn't receive that guidance to ensure that they continue forward and not completely open to all elements, because they're everything will fly into the light. How does someone protect themselves? Because now they're elevated beings. How do they protect themselves? So whoever wants to answer it first, I would appreciate that.
Okay, I'll go.
You want to go, Apostle? Come on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Octavia.
Yes. Hey.
When you're dealing with waking up is a funny thing, right? Because you all know how someone can startle you while you're resting and you wake up. You immediately get angry.
Speak.
Right? You're
Go
like,
ahead, speak.
why did you wake me up? I was resting.
Speak.
Right?
Yep.
And I think that's part of the situation that we're dealing with. That we are trying to awaken those that want to keep resting. Because what they've found is comfortability. They're comfortable with where they're at. They want to stay there. But however, remaining there is detrimental. And we're trying to get them to see that, hey, look, if you stay here, it's going to be detrimental. Not only to you, but those that are connected to you. And this is very important. I did a dissertation on connectivity and attachment. Those are two different things. Connectivity is what you want to have, but what we've created is the opposite. We have created where people are attached. See, when you are attached to something, you will cave in to the illusions. When you are connected, you have the ability to look at it and say, hey, you know what? I'm not dealing with it. And I can demonstrate with that. But when you are attached, there is the common consensus that you have to go along with what is going on. And this is what we are currently confronted by. Attachment.
Sure.
And I know you're probably going to get into something a little bit later, Empress, but when you get into being attached to something, it becomes dangerous because it takes over your thought processes. You don't think for yourself. Propaganda is a tool that is used on those that lack the ability to understand attachment. And this is what we're dealing with right now. Propaganda. Propaganda, it's based upon what? Disinformation and misinformation. And this is what they're doing to us now, which is why we have come together so
Mm-hmm.
that we can speak a level of information that's so energetic that it peers through the propaganda.
Mm, mm,
Right? So we
mm-hmm.
we 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 have a understanding, understanding, overstanding, and surround standing.
Mm,
See, the ultimate realm that we want to get to is surround standing. Understanding just simply means that you can stand up over the top of something and look down on it. But surround
mm,
standing means that you have every perception of what is
mm,
being said and what is being
mm,
done.
mm-hmm. You were speaking, and the wands. The
Yes.
wands came out, baby. The
Yes.
wands. The
Yes.
4 wands. Most definitely. We can
Come on.
create that which services us, our life purpose and path, with what you just spoke about.
Come
Ashe
on.
Divine.
Come on.
Most definitely.
Yes, indeed.
Most definitely. The
Yes.
path of the shifting, and I want to say that oftentimes we are in that state where we're having an awakening, and those around us are also having an awakening.
Hmm.
Um, and ours may look different from theirs. And then we go into the comparison, which also allows for the blockage. The biggest thing I've always discussed, first with self and then with others, um, is the power of being attached but detached. So that particular power, and I learned that, of course, with having children. Let me just keep it 100. Having children, the fact that I gave birth to something, and I'll say something because there's an element of me in my children, and we get attached to it. We want to hold on to them, and sometimes we can hold on too tight where we snuff out their particular life's experience because we
Correct.
automatically want to um, infuse what they're going to go through with our life's experiences before they came in. So I
Yes.
had to realize, by listening, of course, being aware of my own situation, as well as looking outside to my elders and looking at how they moved with that. The fact that they literally could speak over their children and hold them in captivity, and they could physically do something that would hold them in captivity.
Yes.
There's no liberation in that. So even when a child is growing up and they are moving through a certain state in their lives, they have to develop. Of course, we have to guide them and protect them, but we have to have that allowance to allow them to be free. So henceforth, being attached but detached, allowing that liberation of them going through. Um, and oftentimes we speak, and I know we spoke about that on our last live regarding rebirths and death. We often speak life and death into our children or over our children, henceforth, almost like moving them into a perpetual recycle of whatever it is that we feel is of use or good or something they need, which again, that holds them down. But it's almost a shift change. It is literally a shift change. I know all of you have walked into a room at some point in time and felt the energy in the air. You felt it. Then when somebody else comes in the room afterwards, you feel the energy change, the environment shift. My mother had that element. She literally can walk into a room and the air would shift. I have that presence, it would shift, but I had to walk through the process to see what that looked like. I had to be aware and observant to see what that looked like. All of us have this presence that we literally, if we harness ourselves, stay true to ourselves, we can shift energy and environments. And that's the state that I believe that we're actually living in right now, where we have um, very much like the one said, there's propaganda happening. Yes, there's propaganda happening, but literally it's happening on a grand scale, and it's happening within our own households. It's continuously happening within our own households, within our own families, within our interactions, even in our business, because it's based on someone else's way of thinking, someone else's choice of how they want to live and perceive that everybody else should just go along with the flow of that. Henceforth, yes, we can look out into the world, but the depth is what I asked of everyone is, okay, we're looking out into the world, but what are we doing about our own totality that we can move through it, that we can actually navigate through certain things and have our families go about doing the same. So I'm just curious if anybody would really put that in the chat. What are you doing? Like, really, what are you doing? I'm very curious of what other people are doing about that. Are you totally embodying the propaganda? Or are you just listening and being aware of that which is proceeding out of people's mouths? And how are you changing? You doing a shift change, not just outside, external, but how about inside, internal, in your families, in your house? Because most people will follow. Most people are going to follow that which is outside of them. What are you doing? I'm very curious about that. Very curious.
I agree. Shale, I agree with you, Empress, because it's very important. One of the things that we haven't tapped into is our supernatural, superhuman powers. And one of the reasons why we haven't tapped into it, and I got to say this, and people say, well, you know what, Apostle, you always knock in the chat. But you have to understand that the church has been involved in sabotage. They will sabotage anytime that you begin to exhibit your supernatural abilities and powers. It happened to me. Here's the funny thing, Empress and Eris. I'm writing about it in my book as well. I was in the Church of God in Christ. And they had me up in there. Y'all. I was up in there. And they say real fast. Say real fast. Jesus, 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 real fast. And they say, the Holy Ghost gonna come on you. Say it real fast. So me, okay, cool, let's do it. And look, this is why I named my book When You Get Struck. Listen, the spirit hit me, y'all. When it hit me, I start prophesying to everybody in the building. Right? I start telling them from A to Z, and they start looking at me like this the devil. Hold on. Hey, look, Empress. Not only that, but I start playing the instruments in the church. I start playing the piano. I don't play the piano. I play the drums, however, but I can't play a piano. I went to playing the piano. They was looking at like, this is the devil. The devil done come in here.
Yep.
Look, I laugh to this day. I said, yeah, y'all been up in here playing for so long, so when the real thing showed up, y'all didn't even recognize it. Because y'all playing. Y'all are a religious player. You're playing. So when that creative spark failed in the midst of them, they couldn't even recognize it. And this is what we're contending with. So when people say he ain't no apostle, he ain't no prophet, I laugh at them.
Mm.
because you're dumb. Because you think it's based upon your ability to act some type of way when it isn't authentic. See,
Mm.
what we're looking for, Empress and
Mhm.
Eris, is authenticity.
Most definitely. Most
Are
definitely.
you real?
Yeah, most definitely.
Who are you really?
Yeah,
Are you
that part.
wearing the mask? Right? Because
Yep.
we didn't have to wear the mask,
Mm.
and we haven't found that particular juncture where we can take the mask off
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and we
Mm-hmm.
still have it on. So when we meet each other in relationships and we try to love on each other, we can't, because why? There is no authenticity.
Mm. 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 Mm-hmm.
So people say, well, love is the highest vibration. We're vibing at the highest. No, you're not. Love is not the highest vibration.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And I talked about this. Love is not the highest vibration, right? Love and joy is beneath authenticity because we've upgraded our ability to measure energy.
Mm.
Now we can determine that, damn, we thought love was it. And let me show you how this trip you up. Because see, here's what most people don't understand, that love is action. It's not a feeling.
Mm.
Most people think that love is a feeling. No, it isn't.
Mm.
Love derives from authenticity.
Mm.
Authenticity is that ability that we have to bring forth love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, love comes from when someone is being who they are and they project a certain act towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Bells in the chat. Bells in the chat, please. Bells. Seriously.
The
Mm-hmm.
bells in the chat.
Right? Right? Check that out. That's
Mm-hmm.
what authentic. See, when we real, Queen, when we real, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know what our motives are.
Most definitely.
Two real people know what their motives are, and then they can meet at the Parthenon
Mm. Mm.
and they can express that to each other.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, so
And
we can cut down on the foolishness and let's go and get to this here. What you on? Whatever you on, I'm on it too. Let's go and get at it.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no sense in us faking up in here. Let's go and get at it. See, and
Right.
this is what authenticity allows us to do. Authenticity allows someone to know that, you know what? That ain't gonna be a good thing if you approach her with that or him with that. That's not
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what authenticity allows us to do. So that
That's right.
we don't get caught up in all that foolishness. And
Mm,
I'll leave it at
mm, mm.
That's
And you
right.
know what? For me, going off the authenticity thing, regarding spiritual practices and things like that, there are, I would say, there are a group of people also that, in order for them to have a spiritual experience, they need, you know where I'm going.
Mm.
We're talking about authenticity.
Mm.
In order for them to have a spiritual experience, they need some psychedelic. They need plant medicine. They need.
Mm. Mm.
I didn't need it. I'm sure, Apostle, you didn't need it.
No,
You
indeed.
didn't need it.
Mm-hmm.
It's innately in us.
Mm.
So I just want you guys to touch on that. Do you need plant medicine?
Mm. Well.
And why would you need plant medicine?
Well.
Let's just do it like that.
Well. Goodness me. Okay, so I was doing my cards too at the same time. I'm gonna get to that. All right, to answer your question, no, I did not need. I didn't need anything to any substance. Let's put it that way. I didn't need to take any substance, but I did need a substance, an element, a situation that prompted me to a certain state where I was willing to be awakened, to allow myself to move in my own self, to be content with myself. And content with myself, meaning I didn't mind being alone. I could be in my own space. I could quiet the mind. This was all still work. When it comes to those that may need psychedelics, uh, I always say, because I have seen and dealt with people who have used to help, uh, it's a stimulating process. One has dealt with so much trauma and they've covered up so much trauma that with using other things, that it makes it hard for them to move through without having an aid. Those of us that have gone through something and literally just went through it raw and came out the other side, we're more innate, we're more aware, acutely aware, adaptable, um, to being able to receive something as what I would always call the clear channel, being able to receive because we went through it raw. Now, I won't say that you taking a substance won't help you go further, but the depth of that is where you start and you take something and you add on it, the place that you may go, when you come down, you're going to go beneath it because you haven't taken time to at least open up that channel by itself in its raw state, in your raw state, owning your own self, your own bullshit, looking in the mirror and going, okay, this is me. This is okay. I can't blame this on nobody else. I played a role. I played a role here. And in playing that role, you allow that fallow ground to open up. But if you're going in and you have that ground and it's just hard, there's nothing penetrating through that. And now you're going to try to lunge, you're going to jump and then fall flat on your face. You're going to go somewhere, but you're not going to be able to come back and obtain it. It's kind of like dreams. I always tell people oftentimes, they'll be like, okay, well, I had this dream and it was all over the place but I can't remember it. The depth of that's subconscious. So the same thing with somebody taking something to help them elevate, you're dealing with your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind now has to move through a certain time and space within yourself. But if you've already haven't released certain traumas, haven't owned certain parts of yourself, it's only going to give you a false sense of being high, a false sense of being in touch with the spiritual side. It's there. It's all obtainable by all of us. But the depth of you being able to ground it and walk around with it without taking something to help you ascend, this is a different nature. These are people that know how to do that are people who have walked a certain walk in the rawness, have done their shadow work, have really dealt with their own selves and not afraid of articulating that. So when Apostle made mention of, being in the church, yes, I remember doing my whole Damascus experience. I've gone to 20 different churches, standing up, telling them what I heard. And they looked at me like I was crazy. Yeah. And watching the whole congregation turn and follow everything I was doing. The women started dressing like me and all that. This was me going through rawness. Oftentimes, rawness, it makes people afraid. Like, we can look outside. All of the veils, I call it behind the veils, honey. All the veils coming down. The veils are just boop, boop, boop. They're coming down. And with the veils coming down, people have to face that reality. So if you have not faced your own bullshit, everything outside is going to look crazy. You're going to be scared. You're off the chair. I don't know how to do this. You're going to try to jump. You're going to try to leap any way you can to escape it. This is the part that all of us have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. And
Yes,
I'm not
indeed.
saying that just because I have gone through a certain walk and have owned my bullshit, that I still don't have to practice that discipline, because the more that you've gone through and you've passed through, baby, the levels, you go higher. You literally go higher.
Yes,
And on
indeed.
that, as they, what's that old saying, Apostle, a new level, a new devil. Well, see,
Yes,
I don't
indeed.
worry about that particular
Yeah,
side of the devil. I always say a new
yeah.
spirit. Don't get it
Yes,
twisted.
indeed.
It's a spirit. All
Yes.
of this false, the devil looks like this with the horns, that's a bunch of bullshit. Let's just keep it
Yes.
100. That
Yeah.
devil can smile in your face, look glorious and handsome or pretty with this. That is a fucking spirit. Hello?
Absolutely.
Y'all better
Absolutely.
check the spirit that y'all listening to, that you're dealing with, that you're operating in.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
how that's how we really get to identify a certain energy, whether it's an energy that's coming to help you or energy that's coming to cipher from you. These are, and that's the energy shifts. Those are the shifts. Literally, you can be sitting in a damn Starbucks, cool, fine, I'm walking, and you don't even have to see the person. But if you're in tune, you feel that energy just move and shift. And you can watch it pass from one person to the next person. Pay attention. If one person starts arguing, watch it. It's no different than somebody laughing. If one person starts laughing, watch how everybody else starts laughing. Baby, that's energy shift right there. Identify the spirits that are in front of you, and then you'll be able to identify where those shifts are being made in yourself and externally. Ashe, y'all
I
just had me.
shall.
I'm
I
sorry, y'all.
agree with you. I agree. I agree with you, Empress, because most of us, let me put it this way so we can be agreeable with our audience. Most of us, we are parochial. When it comes to dealing with the spirit, we're parochial.
Mm,
And what I found out when I entered into the church, they were parochial insofar as it concerned the spirit.
mm, mm, mm,
Because by and large, the church believes that the spirit is voodoo.
mm, mm, mm,
Most people call it voodoo, but that's not it. It's voodoo.
mm,
They think that somehow when you have these supernatural powers,
mm, mm, mm,
you are using witchcraft.
mm, 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 mm,
So what do? They call you a witch.
mm, mm,
And if you dress a certain way with these kinds of powers, in particular, women or womb men, when you dress a certain kind of way with these kinds of powers, they immediately equate you with being the devil.
mm, mm, mm.
Oh,
That
the
part.
first thing they'll say, oh, that's Satan.
Mm,
First
mm.
of all, okay. So first of all, y'all finna get ready to get me started. Empress,
Please
you
do.
knew you was gonna do this, didn't you?
Let's go.
Okay. So
Let's go.
when you talk about Satan, that ain't never been the name.
Mm,
Because
mm.
our European counterparts, for educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only.
Yes, please.
So Satan has never been the name of the
Mm-hmm.
evil one. It has been Satan. Satan, when you look it up in the original language and do etymology on it, it is feminine. It is a female. It's not a male. It's a female, right? So here's what. Let me go with this because I got two. I think I got two queens on here. They might beat me up, y'all. Pray for me.
Go now, go.
Okay. So that I was joking, y'all, because these girls here, man, listen, these women, they is powerful. Okay. So I was just joking because I know sometimes when we on Lion Queen, when we say things, people
Yes.
take it the wrong way. So
That part.
yeah. So when you look at when we start talking about Sultan, here's the thing. Sultan is not it's singular, right? It only be excuse me, it's plural. When you look at the word, look it up in the Hebrew, the word Sultan, Satan, which are European counterparts for educational purposes only, because they never enunciated, pronounced anything the right way. So when you look at the word Sultan, it's plural. It only becomes singular when you add an article to it. The article that you add to it in the Hebrew is H-A. Did y'all hear that? Why am I saying that? Because check this out. And Empress, I know you know this, that we always spoke from the back of our throat because it allowed us to connect to the universe.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. The vibration. Yes.
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 Come on, Empress.
Yes.
So it's Hasatan. So when you say Hasatan, it's like using our definite article, the, T-H-E, the one. So when you say Sultan, you meaning singular, meaning one. But when you say Sultan, you meaning many. Right? So here's where this how we get off the track. Because we don't do etymological research. You just go off of what somebody told us. Oh, well, the preacher said. And when you let's take a minute and think about the preacher. Where's the preacher at? The preacher is in the pulpit, right? He in the pulpit. Or she's in the pulpit. They're in the pulpit, right? So all we gotta do is just take a minute and think about that. Look at that. That's a compound word. Pull, P-U-L-L, and then pit. Okay, so if we go with the narrative that Satan is the one that lived in the pit, and if the pastor is the one in the pulpit, then who is that behind? They're speaking to us. The devil.
Made me drop it, baby. Drop it.
Let's talk about when we get into spirituality. See, this is listen, y'all, and you all know this. I was going in and out of some of the largest churches, ministries, and I got receipts where people done be healed of
Exactly.
heart disease, leg disease, all kind of things. And this is a fact. But what I found out was, family, that when I went into that, those that were ruling over the people, they were more messed up than the people.
I'm just, yeah.
So guess what I did? Guess what I did? I'm getting the mic to you. Guess what I did, Empress? I said, wait a minute. I said, Most High One or high ones, because it's got to be both male and female. So I said, what in the hell? Is this individual? You know how old folks say individual. They don't say individual. What they say?
Yes.
Individual. How in
That
the
part.
hell is this individual ruling over these people and they got this kind of behavior?
Mm, mm,
I
mm-hmm.
said, man, I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna leave this alone. I left it alone, Queen.
Okay. Okay.
I walked
This
away
part.
from it. But go ahead.
This
Let me
part.
let me get to you, Queen. I'm sorry.
No, this. I mean, you said a whole lot. There's a whole lot that's happening there. I
Yeah,
I was looking. I'm gonna tie it into what I believe. What is Poca saying? Okay, so
Yeah. Please, you continue with what
yes,
you're gonna say,
I,
Empress.
I
Yeah, and I'll say it. Never mind.
yes, most definitely. Okay. Oof. There's so much compounded in what you just, so elegantly put. The depth of what I realized in my journey was simply the fact that I had to constantly or consistently rely on self.
mm-hmm,
Okay. We come in the world singularly. Okay. So we going back to this. We come in by ourselves. I had twins. Even though
mm-hmm,
I had twins, they shared the same womb. They still came out one by one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One by one. Okay. So in that process, you have tiers. You have people that, of course, are your authority. If we're talking about from childhood all the way up, there's authority over you. The depth of what I realized consistently was the authority figures that were around me, though they had knowledge in certain things, they also lacked knowledge in other things. And if I truly only listened to them throughout my whole life, I would miss certain things in life.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
there goes, let's go into a religious practice, the religious practices, right?
mm-hmm.
First and foremost, we look at our authority figures. They read a script, they read a book, and don't take my words, what I mean, literally. They watch somebody. You literally can watch somebody and learn behavior. Okay.
Correct.
So that was the
Yes.
script that most of the people around me, they learned that particular thing.
I share.
Not that
Yes.
all are bad or all are good, but that's the script. Okay. So that's just the people that are around you. So now tap into the people that are into a religious practice. Okay. Whether you agree with them or not, they are walking out something that they read. And most people will stay hooked to the script. They're not willing to question the script. They're
Correct.
not willing to go outside of the script because they believe that following the script is going to get them to A to B. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that means they're going to just stay wherever that script is. So if they want to elevate, they would have to go off that script. They would have to jump off that script. No different than I'm saying, okay, well, I learned this from my uncle, but my uncle only went thus far. But there's still more more ways to go. There's a higher place, a ascension to go, a greater level to
Correct.
achieve whatever that is.
Yes.
So when I look at religion, because there's good and bad in all of it, okay? The depth of it is for me is I had to become my own religious practice. I
Mm-hmm.
had to become my own ritual, my own altar, because I realized me going outside of myself, though I acquired knowledge of things, I also acquired dull and ignorant situations.
Mm-hmm.
And it was me, I had to take now that on, and I took most of it on and operated through it until I realized this is not for me. This is not mine. This doesn't belong to me. Why am I taking this on? So I would go from church to church. It didn't matter, Pentecostal, Catholic, Muslim, this. And I learned, because the depth of it too is you must eat of something. You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
eat the whole damn meal. Most people eat the whole damn meal and then they feel all fat, bloated, don't want to do shit. But they'll keep that meal because it's satisfied or it made them full. Let me take that back. It made them full.
Yeah, made
Most
them
people
feel
Correct.
don't eat to be
satisfied.
satisfied.
Yeah.
They
Correct.
eat to be full, which
Mm-hmm.
makes
Correct.
them a glutton. So in that spirit of being that glutton, you can be a glutton to a religious practice to a point that you won't elevate off that particular plane. I respect all religious practices. Understand what I'm saying? I respect the discipline that one would have to garner whatever it is that they're going through. However, where I stop the brakes is if that religious practice doesn't allow you to elevate, liberate, move through, push your side of who you are into the realm of existence. When it starts saying, okay, no, you can't go, no, stay right here, stay right here, then I'm not for that. You can choose to do that if you choose to. That's your life.
Yes, that's
That's
correct.
your life. You
Yes,
choose to do
yes,
that. That's the walk that you choose, then so be it. Honey, again, I go back to what I said earlier. I'm able and I enter and understand how to be attached but detach from you.
correct.
So I can be empathetic, know that you're going through something, but at the same time, I'm going to come in and correct you. If source says this
Absolutely.
is how I need to move like that.
Absolutely. I'm gonna tell you just like this, Empress.
What?
I ain't attached to you at all. I'm just connected.
Yes, that part. That part.
Because
That's good. That's
yes,
a good one.
the reason why I say that is because that's the Buddha ram.
Ashe.
When
Good
you
one.
tap into the Buddha ram, what you ultimately is going to enter and over and surround stinging is that all of this is based and built around illusions,
Mm, 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 mm.
right?
Good
Like
one.
Big X said, I'm on my bullshit. Look, all this is about bullshit. And until we can come together and have that kind of articulation where we can see culmination.
Mm.
I'm for real though. I'm for real though. You already know that. You already know that, Empress. You already know I'm a real apostle and prophet. That's why I don't get into it with people. When people start with a bullshit, I walk the fuck away.
I said the.
Hey, Eris, I walk the fuck
Yes,
away.
yes. I heard you.
Hey,
I heard
I'm
you.
not gonna do that with you. You're not
That
even
part.
on my level.
That part.
You
That
don't
part.
even have an standing, inner standing, surround standing, none
That
of that.
part. That part.
I'm not gonna do that with you. Get the
Nope.
man.
Go to the next thing, Aaron. Go to the next.
Okay.
I
All right.
think Pocus put something out there, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So, all right. Pocahontas has had some technical issues. However, she is in the chat. She still has her questions and things like that. So we're going to proceed forward, and I'm going to just read the questions on her behalf. I'm going to display it on the screen. I'm going to go to the one of them where she talked about energy shifts. So we're going to go to the energy shifts part. She said, would y'all say that an energy shift and ascension is a part of our initiation or activation of our spiritual gifts? I put it on the screen right there so you guys can kind of analyze it a little bit.
Both. Both. I'm
You
sorry.
want me to
I
go?
walk both.
You want me to go first, or you gonna go first?
You go
Who
first.
gonna go? Eeny, meeny, miny, mouse.
Both.
Okay,
I already
so
answered it. It's both
yeah.
for me, honey. I did
Okay,
both.
let me go a different direction with it then.
Okay.
All right. So when you're talking about energy shift, you have to understand something about energy. Energy, if you break it down in one of the oldest languages, which is Sanskrit,
Mm.
you'll find out that energy, like En, translates into In, which means to what? Enter into, right? And then Er translates into you are. Is where who? Abraham. became the father of what? Many nations. Then, if you look at the suffix of that word, gy, if you add an e to it, it starts to spell something else called gynecologist. So if you look at the word energy actually means both male and female. Nothing can exist without both male and female. So when you come with the premise that, oh, the female was here first and then the male, nothing can exist without the source of all things, which is both male and female. Right? So even if okay. Some people gonna say, well, you got to deal with something else. Right? So we can never come to balance. I got two ones up, right? Which what makes the number 11, right? Makes one. How many? The number 11 actually means the number 1. 11 comes out of 1 because all things exist because of the oneness. The word one in the Hebrew is the word echad. E-C-H-A-D. Echad. Meaning, hold on, watch this. It means one that everything exists in it. Let me say that again. I'm gonna say that one more again. One means all things all together exist as one. Now we can go into some other things, and I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna take us in the trip.
Yeah, we gotta keep it short.
Yeah. But so that oneness is what we're looking at. And the oneness is always a resort of the womb man or the feminine principle. Because she is the one that aligns everything. Everything exists as a result of her. And in the Hebrew, guess what we call that? We call it Hawa. Hawa. Now, some people say Hava. We don't use Va because Va is Spanish, which came along later. It's Wa. W-A-H. Wa. So it's Ha. Wa. Notice what I'm doing. Y'all hear me? I know it should be waking something up in you when I said Hawa. Because that's y'all. Y'all have the power and ability and the authority to recreate and rebirth everything. We don't. We just spit out a seed. But you all have the ability to birth and rebirth because the mitochondria comes through you all. Everything exists is because of you all. And you can look this term up. Allah. Allah means she who brought forth in darkness. Produced.
Look at the death card.
See that?
Look at the death card.
See, I know I'm on point, Queen.
Oh yeah, we laying it all out.
So she is the one And what is happening now is that when our sisters are waking up, what they're doing is they're creating conflict with the male.
Stop it.
So we can't bring balance. Y'all doing the same thing that the men did. We came first. The female said, we came. So now you got this kerfuffle.
Yep.
When we was always there at the same time, because energy is what? Neither what? Created nor what? Energy is neither created.
I'm just saying, you going through all of it. Y'all know I did my cards earlier, right? So as you calling them out, I'm just gonna. They just sitting here waiting, right?
Because somebody gonna put it on the timeline. Energy is neither created or what?
Okay. Go on, baby. Go. Eris, go on with your next one, honey.
Okay. All right. So we're going to close it off with this question here. And I believe I would say part 3, because this can continue going and going, and really it's expansive. We're going to go to the rebirths, because you guys talked about rebirths in regards to like energy shifts. So the last question from, Polka had a lot of questions, but we will gear the rest of the questions to like the part 3 when we talk more about rebirths. So I will say this. Let me see. Okay, we'll close it with this. So it'll be like a be continued type of thing. Okay. All right. How do we recognize our own rebirths for those who aren't aware that they're going through one? And then we'll close it off.
They putting it in the chat, honey. Destroy. Destroyed. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Go now. Okay. Your question was what now? Say it one more time.
Pocahontas's question was, how do we recognize our own rebirths for those who aren't aware that they're going through one?
A shedding of a thought, an idea, an action, a way of perceiving something, a movement, a transition of a loved one. And I'm just naming the ones I went through. A willingness to die to self. The example of being able to, if you hear within yourself, your consciousness, that part, what I call the Christ consciousness, that part, you're able to hear right now, drop to your knees and give thanks. You don't give a damn who's looking at you. Just speaking about myself, what I've experienced, the walks, that's when that sense of awareness of every state that I went through, that was like a rebirth. Having children was a rebirth. It birthed me into something that was just like, okay, wait a minute. Now I have to put on a new cap. Now I got to put on a new way of thinking. So I would say all of the things that I just said, literally, because I walked through them and come out the other side. I have bared witness to other people going through certain things as well. It doesn't always, as I said earlier, does not have to always be, I'm standing in, a garden with flowers and all this other stuff. Sometimes it's going to be pretty damn traumatic. It's going to wake you the fuck up. Like, okay, I'm here. Oh God, where am I? That sort of thing. When you start questioning the self, you're already on that journey. When you start questioning yourself, oftentimes people don't question themselves. We all talk to ourselves. Now, if you're getting the right answers based on how much work you've been doing with yourself, that's my closet. What you got, Apostle? You know.
Let me say this. An individual that doesn't perceive that they are waking up is futile.
Ooh,
You can't reach them.
ooh.
It's futile. Now,
Okay.
what has to happen is that there must be a catastrophic event
Mm,
that shifts the
mm.
atmosphere around them to change the energy, right? Because we're dealing with energy. Now,
Mm,
someone they put it out there because energy is neither created nor is it destroyed. Energy is only rearranged or developed
mm,
in a different way or framed in a different way, right?
mhm.
When we start to deal with energy and you're dealing with people with energy, most people feels that energy is demonic.
Say it.
Okay,
Say
so let
it.
me stop that right there. Let me say
Say
this,
it.
Empress. I laugh at people because it's funny. In most of the church people, this is why I tell you that they haven't taken their scholarship far enough. You can't find the word demon nowhere
Yes.
in the sacred text or in the
So
scripture.
Wait a minute.
Nowhere.
stop it. Yep.
Demons were developed by our European counterparts for educational
Yeah.
purposes only and entertainment purposes only.
Ashay. Ashay.
Now, if we bring demon into it, demon is a person that would be influenced
Yep.
by a devil.
Yep. We talking about contracts now, baby. We talking about
Come on,
spiritual
come on.
contracts now. Don't have
See,
me
this
take off the
this
glasses.
this, this why they don't let me in the chat no more.
We talking about spiritual contracts now. Holding on to them. Stop it. Stop it. We about to go now. We gotta go.
So most definitely that with the contracts, spiritual contracts, it will go from rebirths to kind of
Yep.
spiritual contracts that we will do with the next
Well,
one. Okay.
yes,
Yep.
well, the thing is, here's the thing. When we're talking about rebirth, okay, technically, there's no such thing as rebirth.
Mm, mm,
Okay.
Go on, break it
Okay.
down. Break it down. Let's hear that.
Right? Rebirth. But there is a such thing as renewing your energy.
I can see that. I can see that.
It's renewing
Mm-hmm.
your energy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because everything deals with what? Energy. I broke it down for y'all. Energy means both what? Male and female.
Mm-hmm.
It takes the masculine and the feminine to reproduce. So nothing can come about except energy is exchanged. Now, energy can be, of
Outpouring.
course, articulated as rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
Some say
Outpouring.
reincarnation. Oh, I believe in I don't believe in reincarnation. Let me explain why. See, reincarnation says that you can come back as a horse, dog, cow, fly, monkey. That's impossible. You know why? Because eternally we have a set order of how we were created. And creation doesn't mean that all of a sudden you created me. No, creation simply means when it was your opportunity and time to be brought forth. That's what creation means. Okay? Because why? Everything has always existed in existence to keep on what? Existing. Which means that negates reincarnation. So that
Mhm.
means that the order in which you came forth shall always be that which you shall come forth in. You
Mhm.
can't come back as no damn fly. I'm gonna come back as a fly if eternally, when I was manifested, I was a king. Troll on troll,
Okay.
right? You gonna tell me he a fly, he a monkey. When you look at India, they got all them damn monkeys running around there talking about these are kinfolk. Well, fuck that. That's yours,
I can't. Just
right? Okay. Damn,
just
I
please.
thought I was in Wind Down Wednesday. Shit,
Yes,
I
you
got
did.
confused.
Okay. Yep. It's getting
I,
late.
I got confused. I got hey airs. I got confused.
I can't.
Hey, like my baby said, she got confused. She got a list.
Yes.
I got confused.
It's getting late for the sage and the apostle now. They'll start turning up a little bit. We need to.
Oh,
It's
we
true.
hey
It's
hey
true.
hey man, the Empress. We hey man, the Sage. Hey, we'll get at it. We look.
I know.
It's true.
We gotta save that for another time now. Next time, okay?
That's Wind Down Wednesday. That's Wind Down Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh my
Hey
God.
hey, you gonna come and wind down Wednesday? Hey
Yes.
hey, Eris, can I get her and wind down Wednesday so we can go
I
ahead and do it so she
yes,
can really get loose? See, she up in here playing right now. But she can come and wind down Wednesday and turn all the way up.
we gonna make that happen. We gonna make that
Yeah,
happen. Yes,
I don't know
yes.
why she keep playing.
Oh my God. Don't
Yeah.
start with me. Don't
Okay.
We
start
gonna
with
make
me.
that happen.
All right,
Okay.
all right,
All
all
right.
right, all right, Empress. I apologize. Apologize.
Okay. We're gonna close it. We're gonna close it because we like to keep it
Hey,
nice and
okay, Eris. Okay,
what?
Eris. You got to read some of them comments out there before we get out of here.
I know I
Them
was.
people
I was
gonna be mad at
displaying
us.
it.
They're gonna
I
be
was
mad at us.
I was displaying it on the screen. So in a way
Okay.
they got
Look, pull them demonstrations up and read them demonstrations so they'll
So
come
we
back
can
the
all
next time.
close this up nicely.
okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Okay, because I was
yeah.
pulling them up. Okay. So
Yeah,
So
go ahead and
one.
read some of them. Yeah.
okay,
Oh,
That way,
I
yes,
love
ma'am.
that. She
Because
setting up some good
they
conversation.
earning Empress. Yeah, this hey man, they doing it. They doing
yes,
it. For real.
They
exactly.
are.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's see. So we got first one of the first comments we got Tavia. She was coming from Atlanta. I believe it was on your live JF Clay. I believe
Yes.
she was coming from you.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
yes, we
Yes,
got
ma'am.
that. The
Mhm.
teacher, let's see. I think he came from you as well.
Yes, that's a master
Teacher
teacher, the
here.
quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, baby.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes,
Just
and then we
beautiful.
had
Just read them.
Eric Johnson. He put a lot of comments in. This is one of them. Yes, when I was growing up going to the church, I felt my energy drained from me and I was getting tired and fell asleep and stuff like that. And you know what's interesting? Yeah, that's very on point because you be seeing children and yeah, some grown folk falling asleep. And that could be one or two things. You know what I mean? Either
Yes.
they're sleepy or they're being drained. So that's
Yeah.
very, very good
Yeah,
comment.
read the comments. Read the
Yeah,
comments.
yeah, that's a really good
Yes.
comment on that.
Yes.
And then we had when we were speaking. Okay, let me see. Okay, excuse me if I'm saying the name right.
Singletary, Pastor Singletary. That's Pastor Singletary.
Okay, all right. Yes, you said it right. So it said we are the ones that limit our ability by what we are told. First, they told us only 10% of our brain has the capacity to communicate, but
Yeah.
understanding limitless possibilities open up the you in you. She was putting some very powerful comments. Let me see if I get another one.
Yes, real quick, Eris,
Um,
before you go on. She's absolutely correct, right?
yes.
For educational purposes only, our European counterparts only use 10% of their brain. But what they found out through research was that we have what they call glia, Glees, glia, which turns on both sides of our brain. Our brains have been turned on always, and they did a research from Vietnam. Vietnam, they did a research on our pineal glands, not penal. You can say penal if you want to, but it's pineal gland because it's shaped like a pine cone. Pineal glands, what they found out was that our pineal glands, when the soldiers were brought in that had been unalived, theirs was still uh extended and hard and forthright. But when they brought in our European counterparts, they found out theirs were vestigial. Vestigial meaning calcified. Theirs weren't any good. Ours were. So when you look at this, we've always had the ability to turn on the capacity of our brain to the point that we can supernaturally make things happen, which is why they kidnap us, and that's why so many of us are missing.
Okay, I will read these last two from Tony Swin. He said, when you get a desire to seek out true knowledge and the universe starts placing the right people in and people and info around you, you stop paying attention to nonsense. Yeah, most definitely. And then the last one, I'm going to end it with Pocahontas Ashe. She agreed with you, Apostle. She said, yes, Apostle, something drastic does have to happen in order for someone to perceive that they are going through a rebirth. That is profound. And yes, I'm loving the comments. The comments were really good. Very, very nice statements, things like that. And most definitely, we are doing a part 3. We're going to continue doing it. And we're going to get Empress on Wind Down Wednesday as well. So
yes, please get her butt in the house
to check that out.
Yes,
most definitely. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. From now and into the future of the people that will watch this in the future, I trust that all this knowledge has enlightened you, because that is what it's all about. That's why we're here to share it, because we're sharing our experiences and trusting that you will take the knowledge and elevate your life, enlighten your life. And so, yes, thank you so much. And also with Pocahontas, I trust that next time she will be able to be presently on, but she most definitely was in the comments asking really good questions. And so thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, High Priestess Empress Yemaya Faye. Thank you, JF Clay. I appreciate you. And I appreciate all the followers here and all the subscribers. Okay. So yes. And if you are not a subscriber of the channel, please do subscribe to FGTV by Yemaya Faye, which is a lifestyle channel. Okay, so you get everything lifestyle. And actually, maybe she might not be able to hear us, but she will be able to wave to us. Pocahontas, wave. Wait, we can hear you, freaking.
I can hear you now, but I don't know for how long.
You see this shit? You see this? Now she can hear us. Okay, we're going to make sure we have it all good and popping for next time so you can really be within the conversation, okay? You look beautiful.
I enjoyed it, though. I enjoyed every little piece of it. So.
I love your head wrap. I love it. I love the dress.
It does look
really
good.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
We have to bring some people up.
Yes, Ashe.
Hey, Apostle.
We have to definitely bring some people up. That would be great.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Apostle, the one. All divine gratitude. All divine gratitude to your divine wisdom, inner and overstanding, and your impact on not just myself, but those that will hear of you, whether it be on a live, a pre-recorded video, see you walking by. May you impact their lives for enlightenment as well as liberation. I say Ashe. To the divine, the feminine, the babies, hello. Mi corazones, mi hijas, te quiero mucho, tu hablas para más tarde, all the days, simple, y moja, te quiero mucho, yeah? I love you.
Te quiero. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Mucho.
Ciao, ciao.